football. It's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
The Untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT. I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers.
All right, so Ryan Garcia. It's been a hot little minute since we seen or heard anything from Ryan Garcia, but they have announced the fight. Y'all can say the date and make your plans accordingly. December the 2nd, Ryan Garcia will be making his return to the ring for the first time since getting stopped by Gervonta Davis, and for the first time under the watchful eye of his new trainer and head coach, Derrick James. He'll be taking on none other than Oscar Duarte. Now, I'm not going to sit here, I'm not going to cap, I'm not going to bullshit you guys. I'm not the most familiar with Oscar Duarte. Now, have I seen him fight here and there on some cards? Yes. But was I paying the most attention to when he fought on those cards? Not necessarily. But went back and I watched some Oscar Duarte, and I got to say, man, I gotta honestly say, Golden Boy and Oscar De La Hoya, they could have did a whole lot worse with their opponent selection than Oscar Duarte. When you watch this guy Duarte fight, first of all, you look at his record. He's 26-0 with 21 knockouts. So obviously, one thing's for sure and two things for certain, he can punch. He's a knockout artist. That's what he does. That's why he got the fight, because Ryan Garcia needs to have some heat thrown back at him. He needs to be put in a winnable fight, but a fight that's tough, that, you know, he can show the improvements that he made in the gym with Derrick James, right? Which is obviously the improvements you're looking for from Ryan Garcia in this fight are going to be the fact that hopefully he's learned to keep that good, solid base and foundational skills. You know, make sure your hands don't drop too far, and, you know, just be more fundamentally sound. A guy like Duarte, when you watch him fight, he kind of like, in terms of the way his posture is and his stance. Go watch him fight. His stance and his posture reminds me of Vergil Ortiz. I'm not saying he's like Vergil Ortiz, but his posture and his stance reminds me of Vergil Ortiz. If he had like a world-class jab, he'd pretty much be Vergil Ortiz, because that's the way he fights. He comes to high guard, you know, doesn't waste a lot of movement, you know, but gets very great torque on his punches. Has that real aggressive, fundamentally sound Mexican style that, in my opinion, is the real Mexican style. The Mexican style they talk about, where dudes just drop their hands and have no defense. That's bullshit. That's a bullshit Mexican style. That's a stereotypical Mexican style. Vergil Ortiz, Salvador Sanchez, and even the way Oscar Duarte fight, that's more of like the real Mexican style to me. But it's a good fight. I like this fight for Duarte because Duarte's been one of these fighters who's been on Golden Boy undercards. He's been grinding his way, you know, towards getting this opportunity, and it's a massive opportunity because even though Ryan Garcia has never touched a world title in boxing, Ryan Garcia is one of the biggest names in boxing. Ryan Garcia is someone that, if you beat him, that's obviously going to do a lot for your career. And obviously, Duarte's, you know, unless you're a hardcore boxing fan, and even if you're a hardcore boxing fan, most of the time, unless you're someone on the West Coast, you're not really checking for Oscar Duarte. So there's a chance for him to really make a statement in the boxing world. And I look forward to it because one thing we know about Ryan Garcia is defensively, he's kind of like an Amir Khan. I think my guy, Jesse Robinson, said it best. Ryan Garcia is kind of like an Amir Khan. And with him kind of being like Amir Khan, he throws a lot of punches and he's a very anxious, hyper fighter. And he makes a lot of lapses defensively. And Oscar Duarte, when you look at how physically strong he is, this is a guy that when I look at him, he looks like he could be a solid 154-pounder. I mean, I don't know how he makes 140. He looks like he could be a 54-pounder. He's got the wide shoulders, the strong back, everything. And he punches real hard, and he gets real good leverage on his punches. So if Ryan Garcia, I'm going to tell you right now, I know him and Oscar De La Hoya have a little bit of bad blood or beef or whatever, it seems like. Oscar De La Hoya, I know he doesn't have a whole big stable to get Ryan Garcia knocked off. I feel like this is probably the guy he's picking to knock off Ryan Garcia. I think he's low-key trying to get Ryan Garcia knocked off because Ryan Garcia was a certain type of way with the Tank fight. You know, he went behind Oscar's back through his lawyer, Lupe Valencia, who's kind of like an Al Haymon henchman. You know, and he made the fight under circumstances that Oscar and Bernard Hopkins did not want him to take. and he put himself at a disadvantage, right? So Oscar feels the type of way about it, and now he's kind of just like saying, you know what, Ryan? Okay, you wanna be big and bad? We're gonna see how big and bad you are. I'm gonna put you in there with a knockout artist, and if your defense ain't tight, you're gonna get found out. So I like this fight. I like this fight for a lot of reasons. Obviously, Oscar Duarte too is Mexican, so this fight, from what I've read, is gonna be in San Antonio. Obviously, an area that's full of nothing but Mexicans, and it's one of my favorite cities in America. I love me some San Antonio. Shout out to all the fine folks in the 210. Can't wait to go back there one day. But yeah, Ryan Garcia versus Oscar Duarte is a good test. And if Ryan Garcia is that star, if he is that upper echelon fighter, while I am being respectful to Oscar Duarte and giving him his respect as the knockout artist and the punch that he is, the reality is Ryan Garcia was a top flight amateur. Ryan Garcia is supposed to be the next pound for pound star of boxing and multiple division world champion. If he's supposed to be all those things, you got to find a way to outclass Oscar Duarte. And what I need to see from Ryan Garcia this fight is, boxing skills. I need to see you be able to set up that to jab and stay in a defensively nice position. I need to be able to see you jab and hook off the jab. I need to see you be able to work that straight right hand in from a good distance. I mean, these are the things I'm looking forward to seeing from Ryan Garcia in this fight. And from the Oscar Duarte side of things, honestly, at this point, brother, you're playing with house money. You're not really expected to win, although you're expected to be a good test. You're not expected to win. So go out there, fight your ass off, give every last fiber you're being, and do what got you to the dance. Do what's earned you this opportunity, which is knock motherfuckers out. I'm looking forward to seeing Oscar Duarte bring the heat to Ryan Garcia, because